What's going on, chumps? Tonight's episode, number 13. Don't really have anything specific we're going to be hitting on. Just kind of going grrr. So whatever happens to crawl up into our heads during this next hour is what we're going to be talking about. Did we lose Josh, or is he just being silent?
Don't know.
Well, that doesn't make sense. He's normally not this quiet.
Shut up!
Oh, never mind. There he is. I thought we lost him for a moment. Josh, what are you doing, man? You sitting there with your dick hanging out?
Maybe. Wouldn't you
Too
like
much information.
Yeah, no, I don't want to know.
Well, then don't ask.
I try not to. But listen, I'm glad Julie's on tonight because I'm going to bring up something that kind of happened this past weekend. I wasn't here, unfortunately, for it, but if I was, shit wouldn't have gone down that way. Have you ever had someone in your house to do service work, like, you know, a cable tech or someone to look at something in your house, and they're just completely rude, or they smell of alcohol, or they just don't seem like they know what they're doing, and you just literally want to tell them to get the fuck out?
Not because I probably would tell him to get the fuck out.
You probably would. This is true. But, so, you know, I'm not going to say any names, but I know someone who had a guy come out to their house to clean the lint line. I can't even think. I'm retarded tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
Vent for the dryer?
Yes, the dryer vent. It came out to clean out the dryer vent. The guy looked at it and instantly was like, "Oh, that's not of code. Do you have a boyfriend or a husband who can take care of it?" It was like, the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah, like right out of the gate, she was like, "What are you talking? Like, what is wrong with you?" She told me about all this, and I mean that was just a small part of it. Apparently, the guy smelled like alcohol. He was trying to upsell her and all this other shit. You know, was trying to charge her more to do $10 worth of work. But fucking hell, where was I going with this? Hold on. There's a guy come in, and he was fucking shit, and it was garbage. Oh, so the guy's telling her that her shit's out of code, and I'm like, no, it's not. I said, if I remember correctly, it's not. She's like, well, it's metal. It's not real strong metal, but it's a metal one. Well, when I got back and looked at it, I was like, that's perfectly fine. I mean, they don't want you to use the tin, like the almost like tinfoil paper style ones anymore. They want you to use a more rigid one, which is what they have. So I was just like, what the hell? So she buys another one, same exact one. And I said, take it back. You already have that in there. So the guy, I think, was just trying to get her to buy something different just so he can install it to make more money. Plus, he shows up. It was supposed to be a 9 to 11, and he didn't show up till after 1 o'clock.
Now, the vent he cleaned, was it inside or outside?
It was supposed to be the entire line.
But is it feeding from the dryer to the outside?
Yes.
That pipe that is like a paper, metal, real thin stuff is up to code and is used in apartments and houses all over the place. I have it in mind.
I know this, but she doesn't have the soft one. It's the hard one. It's not the hard one, but it's the the one between the soft and the rigid, hard rigid. It's like the medium rigid. That's what's there, and I'm like, that's fucking code. I used to change that stuff out all the time. I know what I'm talking about. So that's why I was like, no, you're fine. The guy's an asshole. He just wanted to get more money out of you, and that's all there was to it. It's, people are jackasses, but.
So you call the company and bitch and complain to them about that?
She said something to them today about it. She hasn't heard anything, so who knows?
Yeah.
Is it from Is it from like a landlord or?
No. It's nothing like that. She called the company to come out to take care of it, like some other company. I don't know who it is, but the guy was just like ridiculous, man. It was crazy. It was just nuts.
Yeah. And what was her response to this?
She wanted him to leave.
Did you tell him to leave?
She didn't pay anything for it, and the guy left, and she was like, golly. She told me about it. I was just like, oh my God, dude. I said I'd have told the guy to get out the minute he walked in smelling like alcohol. I'd been like, bye, Felicia. Oh, Josh, I wanted to tell you. You got some mail here?
Oh, I do, huh?
Yeah. Your endocrinologist?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All that came in today, so. Damn,
Putting
dude.
that business out there, John.
Say what?
Putting that business out there, aren't you?
Hey, listen, I'm on high blood. I got high blood pressure. I take pills for it. I don't give a shit. It is what it is. You know? Well, it's not so high anymore. Last I had it checked, it was actually normal, almost.
Well, how would you like to go to the pharmacy to get your prescription filled and then be told, I'm sorry, but the company, the manufacturer discontinued it?
Dude,
you're like, okay, well, why?
Yeah, I'd be like, that's a cause of erectile dysfunction because I'm having that issue. I'm not actually having that issue. I just want to make that clear. That is kind of funny. It didn't even creep into my head what I was saying until after I said it. I'm like, it's out there now. Shit, the internet can have fun. Huh?
So that's why we just put you on the spot. You just never know what's going to come out.
Well, that's the only way to do it. It's the only way to do it. What you doing there, Josh? You going to talk today, or you just going to sit there and be quiet?
When something comes to mind, I'm going to talk.
Well, have something come to mind. Let's hear it.
Oh.
What the hell was that?
Just heard it.
He had an idea. Do you have like a personal group of people who follow you around and play music? What do they call that? A life soundtrack? You have a life soundtrack that follows you around?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Did you got your tracking number finally from that fucking...
Yeah, man. Dude, let me tell you.
Bitch right there.
These people, I don't understand why. Every time I order something online, it doesn't matter what it is. If I order something online, Josh can order it and I can order it sitting next to each other. My computer, his computer. He'll get his within 7 days. Mine will show up in 44. It does not, I swear. Like, he's ordered stuff. He's like, yeah, I ordered this from China. It'll be in, a week or so. I'm like, yeah, right. 9 days later, it's sitting at the doorstep. And I'm like, what the hell? I ordered something from China. All right, we're going on a month now. Still haven't gotten it. I just got a tracking number for it, though.
Question, how are you ordering it? Is he calling, or are you just doing it online?
Online.
Because, if he's calling, he's getting it quick.
No, he does everything online. I don't understand it. I swear I have like a black cloud for ordering shit online. Even Amazon can't get shit to me on time.
Ain't that a fact? How long did it take you to get that last thing that you ordered? Huh?
Let's see. Oh, the last thing actually came in on time. The one before that, I ordered it next day. 3 days later, it showed up.
With Prime or no?
Yeah, with Prime.
Not so much Prime, huh?
It said, hey, we'll give you 50 cents to your wallet if you, choose 2 days shipping. I'll take it the next day. Cool. And, well, it never showed up. 3 days later, it finally pops in.
So do you call and complain and get your money back because you're paying all that premium for Prime?
Hell yeah. I called one girl. My package was supposed to be in at 8 o'clock by 8 o'clock. At 8:01, I called in and said, yeah, my package didn't show up. She's like, well, it's only 7:01. I'm like, no, it's 8:01. I live on the East Coast. She goes, So not only did she refund me for shipping, she also refunded me for the entire cost of the piece, which was only like $2.50. So she gave me like $6 back. So I was like, all right. And the part only worked on one of my hard drives. It won't work on any other one.
So all the stuff you're getting late, you're getting for free or close to it, right?
I get a decent discount on it, so I'm not going to complain. I mean, currently what I'm waiting on, I only got a $4 discount on because that was my shipping. So they gave me my, priority shipping off. But I'm still not going to get it probably for... Well, it says it's in New York, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
already?
I might have it in a few days.
Yeah, maybe by the time I get in.
That would be sweet.
Where you at, Joshua?
Texas.
Steers and queers. I don't see no horns in you, boy.
Even his ex.
Yeah, well, you'll be here soon, so.
That's true. I will be. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
How long are you going to be down here when you come down here, like vacation?
I think we're going to be down there from the 30th to, what did I say, the 3rd or the 5th? We're going to be down there to the 5th, right? Yeah, all right. Yeah, the 5th. So 7 days.
No.
I told Steven, I said, yo, when you get married, I said, you know, we're all going to be, I'm going to be there on the 30th. Melissa so I was going to be there on the 30th. Steven, Lucinda will be there on the 30th. Joe is going to be at the wedding now.
Really?
He told me today, he's like, I'm coming. He's like, I was like, well, what about your girl? He goes, fuck her. I was like, yes. Oh, dude, I just laughed about it. I was like, damn. So he's going to be at the wedding. And
is he going with Katrina, or is he?
He's going with Katrina, yeah.
Oh, okay. They're driving, right?
Yeah, they're going to be driving out. So I told Steven, I said, listen, we need to go. And I said, there's a go-kart place around there. We need to go get on some go-karts and go go-kart racing. And I said, however, you need to wear a shirt that looks like a tuxedo, and she needs to wear a fake veil. And I said, whichever one of you two wins the race wins all arguments from that point forward. So whoever loses is screwed. And he goes, bitch ain't gonna make it to the finish line. And she goes, keep thinking that, buddy. I was like, uh-oh.
There's gonna be another one bites the dust.
Yep, boy, that's gonna turn into a shit show. I'm not talking about the wedding. I'm talking about, the race.
They should play that song while they're racing, too.
What song?
Another one bites the dust.
I didn't even think of that.
On the loudspeaker and shit.
That would be actually kind of funny, wouldn't it? To be sitting there and listen, all of a sudden, another one bites the dust. Whoever finishes, they'll be arguing. And be like, I won the race. It's over. Oh, man. That would actually be kind of funny, though, wouldn't it? If you think about it, if you could just solve all arguments with a quick race, whoever wins it, I win. Argument's mine. Shut up.
Yeah, but you got to argue in that case. You and Boots don't argue, so.
I wouldn't have been in a damn go-kart for the last year. We literally argue about nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
It's weird. It's free.
Yeah, Josh says it creeps him out because we're always so happy. And he goes, I don't get it. And I was like...
It makes you want to puke.
Yeah. I don't understand why. We're not like lovey-dovey. We're not mushy people. We're happy with each other. And that's just what it is. We don't argue about nothing. If there's something that comes up, we talk about it. We find a solution. We take care of it. That's it.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, hell no.
Either that or she has the pants in the house.
Huh?
Either that or she wears the pants around there. One of the two.
She only wears pants every now and then. Oh, man.
But it's good that you don't have to argue. You shouldn't have to. I mean, you're friends. You're in a relationship. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it should be.
Bickering and arguing and bitching and fighting and carrying on.
There's no room for that shit.
Too much drama.
It really is. And honestly...
Yeah, when both you work constantly, you're never really home anyway. And then when you are, you go to bed.
Well, yeah, you're lucky I got out of bed to do the show. I laid down at 7:30. I was like, I really don't want to move. Dude, I'm so tired right now. I mean, I haven't talked to you since last week, Julie, but, or 2 weeks ago, sorry. I went down to Maryland and I worked there Saturday and Sunday. I worked 14 hours Sunday. Got home, went to bed, got right back up, went right back to work and did my route.
No. You're going to tell a story, tell it right. Tell her what you didn't bring and what you had to do because you didn't bring it.
First off, I didn't know I was going to be staying the night down there, so Josh gets a kick out of this. So I had to go to Walmart and buy a blanket and a pillow. And I was like, I'm not buying no clothes for for one night. I'll just deal with smelling like ass for a day. So I went down there, and we start working. And at the end of the day, John's like, yeah, he's like, you just stay here tonight. And I was just like, well, I don't have any clothes or any blankets. And I saw the bed, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not sleeping without something over that son of a bitch, because that's a college bed, and there's probably bright, shiny stains on that son of a bitch. So we ran up to Walmart, and it was the weirdest thing. I gotta say this. The Walmart in Towson, Maryland, is 2 stories. There's an escalator that you can push your cart onto, and it'll pick the cart up, keep it flat, and take it upstairs like this. Or you can just get on the elevator and take the elevator up to the 2nd floor. I have never seen a Walmart with 2 stories.
Well,
it's a 2-story Walmart. So anyway, I wasn't prepared to go down there and stay the night, but I ended up staying the night down there because we had shitloads of work to do the next day, and without both of us there, it wasn't getting done. Like, we just got all the wiring done. I think it was like at 8:15 at night, and I was just like, take me back to the room and eat my shit. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm going home. And it's about almost an hour and 50-minute ride from where I was at back to here. So it took a little while.
And then what did you tell me about the coworker that you work with? Or what
hold on. The Madman Millionaire. The Madman Millionaire. I'm not going to say any names because it just, So, before I went down there, I was told, oh yeah, you won $1 million. And I was like, whatever. I get down there, we start talking, he goes, oh yeah. He's like, I could quit right now. I won $1 million. And I'm like, bullshit. He goes, no, seriously, look. And he showed me pictures. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he goes, none of it's my account, it's in her account. So he has no access to it, right? But he's like, I'm a millionaire. So we kept calling him like Sir and Mr. Millionaire and the Madman Millionaire. Well, me and his boss were downstairs talking for a minute, and he goes, hey, what are you people doing down there beneath me? And we're like, you just sit up in your high castle and do your job, all right? Dude, it was funny as hell. Like, the whole weekend, it was just like rich man jokes at him. The whole weekend, it was great. It was great. I told him, I said, are you going to go home and hire Mr. Belvedere to bring you drinks in bed?
So with that being said, what would you do if you won a lottery?
Oh, man. It depends on how much. I mean, if it was just $1 million, I mean, I don't know if I'd quit working for $1 million. There's a lot of things I would be able to do, but I don't think I'd quit working for $1 million. I'd probably take 3/4 of it, keep $250,000, put it in a 7-year CD with a, like, was it 4.5% interest? By the time I get it back, it'll be worth almost like, just over $1 million getting it back out. You take your $250,000 and boom, put it right back in there. Just let it roll over, live off of that money.
So did you get any lottery tickets?
Shit, no. Damn it.
Damn it. You forgetting. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, no one will. Yeah, I know. When is it going off? Tomorrow night?
Well, Wednesday and Saturdays.
Wednesday. All right.
Which one?
I want to get...
Wednesdays is the, I believe Wednesday is the Mega Millions and Saturday is the Powerball.
I'm getting both Mega Millions and Powerball. Because I'm telling you, if I can even get a small sliver of that, I'd be happy. I'd pay everything off. All the crap over our heads. Just be done with it.
What's it up to?
$363 million.
The Powerball is 350 or something like that, and then the Mega Millions I just saw a sign was like 305, I think.
Yeah, it's 363 million for the Powerball. What I saw in Jersey, if that was correct, and 305 for the Mega Millions. Yeah.
So if you won them both, say just you just happen to win them both.
Okay.
Would you remember a lot of people, or would you forget everybody?
No, I'd remember all the people that were good to me in my life. Every single one of them. There's several people who would want something that wouldn't get a damn thing. And trust me, if I were to do that, I'd drive that work truck out to the middle of Route 3, set the bitch on fire, and then send Eric a video of it. And then I'd go see Eric and be like, here's $5 million, get the fuck out of Hotwire. He'd be like, bye.
You mean you wouldn't buy Hotwire?
Hell no, I wouldn't buy that shithole company.
Damn.
I love the people I work with, but the company don't spend no money up here, man. They don't spend any money up here. None. It all goes to Florida. Huh?
But if you bought it, you could spend money.
I could. And I would make the money back because I would actually do the infrastructure the right way. I would tell Eric, do with it what you will, sir. Nothing but the best shit in here.
They do spend money. They allow you 20 hours a week overtime sitting in a recliner.
I'm talking about hardware and services. Not in technician visits. If they had upgraded their shit, they wouldn't need me out there. Excuse me, I farted.
Thanks for sharing.
Hey, sharing is caring.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. Man, if I won that kind of money, dude, I think I would literally just be like, I'd tell Melissa, hey, you're quitting your job today. She'd tell me to kiss her ass, and I'd be like, well, you can quit your job, or I'll take this $750 million to myself. She'd be like, bye.
You wouldn't have to tell me twice to quit my job.
No, I wouldn't have to tell you twice. She'd be like, I could quit? Thank God. Dude, I would travel the damn world, man. I really would. I would go to the UK first and foremost. Then I would do a European tour of Germany and France. Hi. Yeah, what's up, Georgie? He's like, what is this thing? It's a video screen, sir.
You're live. You're doing it live.
Yeah, by the way, you're being broadcast to everyone right now on the internet.
Awesome.
Yeah, just so you know.
What would you do, Georgie, if you won the Mega Millions and the Powerball at the same time?
Buy a bunch of crap.
See, that's about that's the way it should be, man. You win $750 million. I'm buying every damn thing I feel like getting. I'll buy 10 of them all, and I would never hurt. I would barely put a dent in my bank account. I could buy 10 Ferraris and not even sweat.
Just like go outside and have a derby with them.
Yes, have a crash derby out in the front yard. It'd be like, yeah, there's $10 million out down the drain. Screw it. Turn around and sell them for $250,000 a piece. People will snatch them up just like that, man, at that price.
Yep.
Oh, that would be great, man. That would be great.
Josh in these big clouds. Josh drives a diesel, and you think he's a diesel.
Josh is starting up cold today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time you ever see the black clouds is when he shits himself.
Says you
After he eats at the TA.
Oh, dude. He's up there all the time. Every time he's there, he's like, hey, you see this is? And I'm like, no. And he goes, it's Crystal. And I'm like, oh, hey, Crystal, what's up? She's like, whatever. And just walks away because I never recognize her. I have to be there to see her. I'm like, oh, hey. And I know what had happened. If I ever went in there and she was working, I'd be looking at her like, I swear to God, I know her. And it won't click until she goes, it's Crystal. And I'll be like, oh, hey. That's just how my mind works, man. I think I've talked to Crystal maybe a handful of times. So it would probably take a while. At least a good 2-hour conversation with her. And I'll be like, I know who she is now.
How would you not know who she is?
Damn. And you called her a crop duster?
The only thing I'm crop dusting is this chair.
I just did it to Josh.
Y'all have a good night.
You too, Georgie.
Later.
Love you. Bye.
Bye,
Josh. Bye, John.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you for dinner.
Was that Crystal?
Yeah, that was Crystal. Her and Georgie came over and made me dinner.
Oh, that's sweet of them.
Yes, they did. And the whole
Uh,
time they were here, I was working on my computer, and then I come talk to you guys.
yeah. Oh, man. See, now I feel bad. Now you made me feel bad because I took you away from Georgie.
Well, I love my Georgie, but hey, I was working the whole time anyway.
Yeah.
I got 4 bids I had to type up tonight. Curly has to go out to 2 sites tomorrow with appointments to give these bids to for 3 different communities.
So how do you do it? Does he go out and look at everything, or do you go, or like how does that work?
Well, what's happening is the one job we got in Gatlinburg, we've already started it. We got the first phase done. I got to submit the invoice to him tonight for payment. Then what happens is people call me on the flyers I sent out. They call me, I talk to them, I tell them about the services and get information about how the property is, what services they're wanting, what they're going to provide, what's needed. And then I schedule an appointment for him to go to the property to assess it, to really look at it. The pricing I give is ballpark until he comes back and tells me the details of it. Okay, bone. So then he'll go tomorrow to look at the apartments and assess them and, you know, see what it is. And then he'll tell me if it's, we'll talk about it. And then if there's anything extraordinary, then we'll assess the pricing as we need to. But we've been right on the money with the pricing. I think there was only one where we quoted a little higher, but then when he went there, they were like really, really small. Interested.
Oh, the queen crop duster herself.
You should have seen what she did to me the other day.
She farted and held your head down under a pillow.
No, she had.
Damn right.
She had me read this scrabble on the paper, and she made it on Snapchat.
Y'all know Kevin Hart, right?
Yeah.
Of course you do. Do you know the time where he goes and he acts like he's at school, and then his teacher's like, "Tell your mama," and her mom's like,
"Oh, he said she ain't got no nipples."
"Yeah."
She had me read this, and it is hilarious, and
Well,
I
she
could
messes
not
up.
understand what she's saying. I don't know if it'll show it, but it is very funny. And then I got Jamie. He was in South Carolina, and he was eating a cheesesteak. And when he did, I'm like, "You better bring me home a fucking cheesesteak." And I kept wanting to say,
Oh, that Comcast service, baby. Damn.
She rose.
Wait for it. Hold on.
Hold
Oh, hold on. Come back to us. Come on now. Come on now.
on. Oh man.
What the hell was that?
It's like it just stopped.
Dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. That is funny. Oh man. So, what would you do, Josh, if you were to hit that damn lottery?
Honestly, if I did, I'd probably just give me a nice, decent house with some land, not a lot, just like maybe 4 to 10 acres, and then I would probably two nice vehicles, a boat, motorhome, and pay all my normal bills like normal people have. Keep them all up to date, current, automatically taken out, and then the rest I just put away.
Huh. Nice. Man, I tell you, if I won that kind of money, dude, that would be the most amazing moment of my life. No, it wouldn't. It'd be the second most amazing moment of my life.
Well, what's the first?
Nathan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, then that would be the third most amazing one, not the second. The third, the first thing would be Nathan. Second would be what? Where are you at right now?
Yes.
That would be the second most amazing. Then the third would be.
Okay, I'll give you that.
There you go.
I'll give you that. That's true. That's true.
Like, dang,
I can't take any I can't take any credit away from Das Boot.
I'm red with envy right now.
You look like the satanic vapor.
Oh yeah.
So he's got to reach over and grab his foot.
Well, being that case, since I'm gonna put me a little shameless plug, and everybody needs to go out there and check out Truck and Vape over there on YouTube. If you have any of your vaping questions or you want to know about vaping products, you can go reach me at Truck and Vape on YouTube.
Well, there you go. So, Josh is going to be teaching you the ways of the vapes.
Yeah. Boys are getting off the fucking stinkies.
Are you trying to say you're the Jedi Knight of vaping, Josh?
Pretty much.
You don't even
Leave
like...
it up to you to raise that nerve level.
Raise the geek bar, baby, yeah. That's how I do things. Don't you know this yet?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Pretty much.
I'll tell you what, that Comcast service is great. Everyone just saw that Julie froze up. She's on Comcast. Josh and I, however, are on Verizon, but two different Verizon services. Josh is on, cellular, doing this while driving.
I'm out here in the podunk town of Texas no more.
Hey! Look at that. She comes back.
Comcast.
I'm on, Fios over here. Julie, who can't seem to keep Comcast service up and running.
It just froze and then disappeared. I'm like, what the crap?
That was a nice thumbnail you had.
Yeah,
there.
It was pretty funny. You were like, you kind of looked Asian, like you were getting ready to bite somebody. It was pretty funny. Whoa! Oh, did you just get my message? You froze.
No, I got that a minute ago.
Oh, okay.
Now I know what happened.
Hold on. You got it a minute ago, and I sent it 3 minutes ago.
I actually got it at 9. I'm blind as a bat. 29.
How did you get it at 9:29? I sent it at 9:31. Is your phone tell the future?
No, it says 9:29. I received it.
Ask your phone what the lottery numbers are for tomorrow.
It don't matter because I'm gonna win.
You better share.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy me a fucking island and have like 8,000 feet walls of barbed wire, rabid sharks outside the water.
No, it's not.
One way in with a helicopter.
You just get new friends.
Hey, I had this going. Yes, that's a spinner.
Please don't bring that out.
Spinner? Really?
Here
Yes.
we go.
Mine's pretty, though. It's blue.
Oh, my God.
I got it for $1 just to annoy Melissa because they normally make a lot of noise when you spin them, but this thing is silent.
No, your popper makes a lot of noise.
What?
When you pop your feet.
Yeah, well, that's just because I'm old and I crack.
No, that's just because you like to walk on your fucking heels and make.
Oh, no. You're talking about with my shoes on. All right, listen, I got the weirdest shoes ever. And I don't know why. I think they're Nikes. Yeah. I don't know why Nike thought it was a good idea to put a hump in the middle of the sole. So if you step on your back heel, it will suction cup to the ground. Then you lift up and it goes.
I think for the audience, you should put your shoes on and demonstrate in that corner by the door and start popping your shoes.
Why would I do such a thing?
Because it's funny. That's why.
Because it's funny. I don't. Well, let's see. I don't think you'll be able to hear it though.
Oh, we will. It's a snowball mic. It should be fine.
Well, I mean, this is what we're talking about. Like, you can't hear it. It's doing it, but you can't hear it.
You gotta walk. You gotta be completely on your heels. Do it.
I just did. Look. It's not doing it. You can hear it a little bit. It's just like. But it literally will suction cup to the ground, and then it pops off.
Doing a little dance for the audience.
Seeing all my glorious fluff wiggle around.
Yeah. Fluff another Bailey.
Look. Work call in the middle of the show. Work call.
Wow.
She's probably like,
Answer the phone, be like, "You asshole! I'm busy. I'm on a show here. Can't you tell?"
I'm waiting. Hold on.
Okay, I'm back.
So was that a work call?
It was Gavin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you tell him to?
And he's at the fair and wanted to know if he could drive someone home, and he had to check with me first.
Yeah, that's a good kid.
He knows better.
How old is Gavin again?
He gets on that Van Hill Road and starts hauling ass.
16.
He's 2 years older than Muhammad.
And he's taller than me.
Jared's getting there.
But I can fit in his shirts now. They're larges and I can get in them.
Oh, Josh, I wanted to show you something.
What? What? I can't see it. Oh, you finally remember those guys. See, I forgot to tell you.
I was getting ready to leave, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm forgetting something. And I thought about it. I was like, my glasses. I was on the 24th floor, so I ran down and opened them, and I'm like, oh, shit, they're not here. And I was like, wait a minute, they might be on the 25th. And I ran up the stairs to the 25th, and I was like, oh, they're hanging right there, right on the Ethernet line I put them on.
I wonder why you're tired.
Oh. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It was fun, though.
So what was it like being up on top of the building out there on that one place you were at?
Dude, that was kind of nuts. It was kind of nuts, honestly. Basically, where I'm at the highest point of that building, you're roughly at 30 stories in the air. So I'm outside on the roof, on top of a building, on top of the building, on that roof. And it's just, everything looks small from up there. Like, super tiny. And it was a little creepy. Like, I felt uneasy the whole time I was up there. I just felt like I was going to fall the whole time. Even though I was on this huge flat surface. As long as I wasn't looking, like, towards the edge of the building and looking at this other building, doing the wiring work, I was fine. The minute I turned around, I was just like, oh. Like, I just felt very weak.
Weak at the knees, huh?
Weak at the everything. Weak sphincter.
Oh, sphincter ass. Farts shit.
Wait, what?
What do you guys talk about?
I didn't say anything about farting or shitting. I just said weak sphincter.
Oh, you farted earlier. You talk about Josh shitting. About friggin' what was it with the medication? It's always about the bowel.
No,
That's what him and your partner are about, is the bowel movements.
I didn't say anything about bowel. I said...
What would you say it was? The dysrectile dysfunction or something?
Dysrectile. You're no longer allowed erectile. Erectile dysfunction.
We really need to do that damn challenge that I was talking about the one time about them spicy noodles.
I can't eat them.
Yes, you can. Your blood sugar,
It's not that.
blood pressure's under control.
I can't eat things that spicy because I have ulcers in my stomach and it will cause them to start bleeding. I can't.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
So what's with the challenge with the spicy noodles?
All right, so there's these noodles on Amazon. They look like ramen noodles, but they come in a black package. They're supposedly the hottest noodles you will ever eat in your entire life. Now, The thing is, you make 2 packets of them. You make them like you would make ramen. And the challenge is to see who can eat more. Or if you could finish them. And that's the whole challenge.
In 5 minutes, you both sit there with a bowl. You see who can eat the most in 5 minutes or a minute, whatever it was. And then it's just a spicy noodle challenge. It's like one of them, challenge things.
Why don't you ask Curly about it? You know he likes the hot stuff.
Ah!
Need to get his ass on here.
He should get his ass on here.
I don't everywhere.
Why not? Actually, I've been wanting Curly to come on here because we have my buddy Kaz, and he was, Army. I would like to get a Marine's point of view of what life was like being deployed and overseas. That would actually be pretty cool. And we could also do the challenge.
He'll probably give you a split decision because he was overseas with the Army National Guard and with the Marines, and therefore he always felt when he was over there with the Army National Guard that they did everything backwards based on his training as a Marine. So he could probably give you perspectives on both.
Well, that's fine. We talked to my buddy Kaz about it. He was over there, but he was over there for journalism. So it was a little bit different than, what he would have been over there for. He was a sniper, right?
Who?
Was Curly a sniper?
No.
What was he?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, he basically did what he was with the sniper. He did the whatever with those thingies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he did scouting when he was with the Army National Guard, and then when he was in the Marines, he was in communications. But I mean, like, you know, he called things in on the radio control, and, you know, he was scouting about where, you know, like he knew where Saddam was, and he could see where he was and stuff, and just giving the components and such.
Wow. Dude, that's crazy. Like, you can't even really imagine what that's like until you're in that position. Like, that's got to be just one of those moments where nothing else friggin' matters.
And they're different when they come home. You know, when he was employed for a year and came home, it took a little bit of time to adjust for his lifestyle because he was, you know, different. They're secluded and very private, and there's things that they just don't discuss and never will.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's going to happen with just about anyone who has to do something like that. I mean, that's just goes against...
Example of somebody that's on the outside of somebody that was in the military. She can give that point of view.
Yeah. But, you know, the reason, what I was saying was, you know, it's got to be hard when you see the things you see over there, and then you come back home, and you're back in a normal lifestyle, but you're still mentally dealing with the things that you saw over there. That's what happens with a lot of these guys with the PTSD. It drives them crazy because they really can't talk about it because they're basically told they're not allowed to with some of this stuff. You know, they just can't. Yeah. So what can you do at that point? You know, you just go nuts.
I think a lot of it is they have nightmares. They have, depending on what cases they're in and what they're involved in. I mean, they see some tragic things over there. As anybody in today's society, you can see tragic things pretty much anywhere, but not as evasive as there. But you know, they have nightmares for it. They dream about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like having that nightmare of something happening, and it just constantly revisits.
Well,
and
it's just like if you do anything long enough, you start dreaming about it. You really do. Or if it's something you do a lot, like a game or something you play, you'll dream about the game or, you know, whatever. I had, oh, by the way, I lost the game. So, when I was down in Maryland, all we were doing were these switches. We were mounting them and then rewiring the whole thing, plugging everything up, making sure everything was ready to go. This is the weird part. I couldn't sleep last night. I was trying to sleep. I kept trying to go to sleep. Couldn't sleep. I'd fall asleep for a few minutes. I start dreaming about wiring switches, and I'm like, nope, wake right the hell back up. Roll over, go back to sleep, start dreaming about wiring switches, wake right back up. I was just like, you son of a bitch. Because I kept thinking I was late for work. So I kept waking up like, oh, shit. And I'm like, fuck, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Go the fuck to sleep, John. But my brain, this wonderful piece of shit up here, wouldn't stop. It just kept feeding that information right through there. Just driving me nuts all night long.
Love it.
Huh?
Gotta love it. Deal with that on budget season when you're crunching numbers and you start dreaming about the numbers and the budgets and the units. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm sure. Remember Josh back in the day? Josh remembers. I used to play DDR on the computer all the time. I was like, play the. All right. I used to go to sleep and dream about the arrows.
I used to have that. I remember that arrow game we used to play on a computer.
Yes.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Oh, it was such a fun game. But the thing is, if you played it as much as I did, like I actually had it on one of my other computers. I actually think I have it on my other hard drive. But when you play it for so long, you end up falling asleep and you start dreaming. You close your eyes and you just start seeing different patterns of arrows. And you're like, ooh. And then you start thinking about the music that would go along with it. And the next thing you know, you're wide awake and you're going, well, fuck. Now I need to go
play. I don't like about dreaming about is when you dream about something that you have and you're all excited in your dream. You have this and you can't wait to get up and use it or do whatever you're supposed to. Then you wake up and you realize you don't even have it. You're like, what the fuck?
I remember, that's funny that you would say that. I had, when I was a kid, I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. I remember having a dream one time, and I don't remember why I thought it was real, but I had a dream that I had all these toys, and my favorite toy was this. It looked like the lights on top of a police car, and they would just go on, and I tore my closet apart looking for this light bar. and I could not find it. And I was so pissed off because I could not find this fucking light bar that I never had. I never had it. My dad came in. I remember my dad going, "Boy, what the hell are you doing?" I told him, I said, "I'm looking for the lights." And he goes, "What lights?" I said, the ones on the cop car. And he's like, "The hell are you talking about?" Like, my dad was completely confused about this. And man, I was digging. I was looking for the lights. I tore the entire closet out. There was no damn lights in there. And then I remembered, oh yeah, it was a dream. Yep. I had a dream one time where I thought, huh?
Way to bring it down, John.
I'm not bringing it down. It gets better. So I had another dream one time, and I really believed this when I was a kid. I thought all the stars in Hollywood all lived in one house, and they all slept in this huge bed, like next to each other. And I kept putting money in a bucket, and I was convinced that one day I was going to have enough money to fly to Hollywood and live with Debbie Gibson. I swear.
What the hell's wrong with you, boy?
Do you remember Debbie Gibson in the 80s? She was a fox. Damn it.
Oh, man.
And how old were you in the 80s?
I wasn't even 10. Yeah. It was like that. She loved it. So I got the worst gift ever the other day. The absolute worst gift, yeah. It was given to me by Melissa. And I told her, I said, "That's blasphemy." She goes, "I found something, I wanted to give it to you." I said, "Okay." I thought it was going to be something cool. She hands me this.
Oh, damn.
I told her, I said, I won't even wipe my ass with that.
Oh.
She goes, "Well, I want you to put it on your truck so everyone knows it's Apple powered." And I said, "There's already one on there and I can't get it off." And it's sitting right on the back, so it looks like part of the truck.
Well, now you need to get an Android one and put it next to it.
I'm going to put an Android one on her truck.
Kicking the Apple or something?
Yeah, I'm going to get one where it's holding a little piece of Apple back in here and it says, "I fixed it." Yep. So that's gonna happen.
You gotta make sure you do it when she's not around. That way she won't see you do it.
She's driving around town and all of a sudden people are like, "Yeah, Android, all right." Speaking of Android and Apple, let's open up a case of worms.
Oh, okay.
As you both know, I'm a diehard Android guy. I love my Androids. I love them with a passion. My big fat phone, I absolutely love it. Josh also is a huge Android fan. You've never owned an Apple, have you?
Never.
Would you ever own an Apple?
No, I wouldn't buy one.
Okay. Three people, random people on this show. Daniel, I'm going to say his name, Daniel, are saying right here, right now, that this is for fruity people. And you, sir, deserve to eat fruit.
My kids eat it all the time. They love it.
Yes.
I hate it.
But the thing is, people who know how to use a computer will never purchase an Apple. I'm not saying Apple are bad products. Let me be very clear. Apple is for people who don't know how to use technology.
No, Apple is crapple. Sorry,
It is crapple. It's crapple. Because for people like you and me and Julie who know how to use a computer, it does not serve a purpose. It is too simple, and there is no modifiability to their hardware.
That's
or even
right.
software.
People that have Apple products are just basically sheep anyway. So, I mean, simpleton, simple side goes together.
Das Boot just got the iPhone 7. I made a deal with her. I told her, I said, "You can get the new iPhone." I said, "But in 2 years, you have to promise me you will attempt an Android." I'm telling you. Once I get her on Android and she figures it out, she'll never go back to Apple again. I'm working it.
There's apps that you can get on Android that you can do much more with that you can't even be able to do it on an Apple.
No, you can't. Plus, Android makes it easy to switch from Apple to Android. They actually have an application that you install on both. And this app goes, what you got for me? This one will go, oh, I have all this shit. And it goes right over to the Android. Try doing that with an Apple. You have to hook it up to your computer, wait 48 hours for it to sync. Then it's got to upgrade this and downgrade that and then reconfigure all of it. And it's the stupidest shit. Apple makes it so difficult to go from Android to Apple, it's pointless to try. That's why most people are afraid to go from Apple to Android, because they're afraid it's going to be just as difficult, and it's not. If you look up, I'm going to do this on air, just so I can see what the name of this is. Let's see. I think it's called... Oh, look at there. Look at that. There are so many things right here.
You just look at it.
Look. Here's what it's called. Bam. What does that say? Move to Android. You install it on your Apple, then you install it on this. You sync it. It downloads everything right off your Apple right to it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I'm going to try to get that video again. Now that I think my phone was synced to the computer, so it kept on trying to switch it. But it's a really funny video.
Josh, you having a little problems there, buddy? Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that already.
I didn't... That actually sounds funny. I'm like,
Christy was trying to read it to me. This is the one for Jamie. Uh-huh.
The goal, great shot. Damn.
What the hell was all of that? Damn, that was a delay like a motherfucker. What'd you say, Josh? Well, you know, that's how we roll, dude.
Old Comcast.
No, that time it was you, bub. Because me and her were fine.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you wanted it to be Comcast, but it wasn't. Speaking of Comcast, let me tell you about these fuckers. They keep advertising this gig internet service. So, we called to find out how much it was going to be. The guy's like, we can offer you 100 megs for $89.99 a month with 140 channels. We're like, no, dude, listen. Do you have gigabit internet service? Not in your area. Like, the dude sounded like he was stoned out of his friggin' mind. Like, insane, man. So how are they offering a service they don't even have? Unbelievable, dude. Unfucking believable.
It is.
Yeah.
In Tennessee, they monopolize areas, so there's no competition between them.
No, that's true. There's none. Absolutely nothing. And it's a little jacked up, too, because it should never be that way. There should always be some sort of
Healthy competition.
yes. Thank you. Damn it, man.
It promotes growth. Yeah, some areas are Comcast, some are Charter. And they're the only two, and then you got some that have the, what is it, the AT&T
Uverse.
Uverse.
But AT&T is stepping up their game. They're actually doing gig service now. Verizon is too. And here's the crazy thing is, you know, she's a Verizon customer for home for Fios, and she's called multiple times to try to get it turned over because she wants to do the gig service. Well, I need the gig service, and I was going to pay for the majority of it. So, they will not upgrade to the gig. They won't do it for us. They keep telling us that they can't do it. And I'm like, why not? If I was a new customer, you do it, right? And they're like, yeah. Well, but fucking, I want that. They won't do it. They just won't do it.
Talk to a supervisor?
Huh?
Talk to a supervisor?
Yeah, I tried.
Get Josh to do it.
Yeah, I know. I should have him call in and bitch him out while he's here. Just be like, bitch, you don't even need to come to my house. I already know what I'm doing. Just activate the goddamn port on the O&T for the gig and leave me the fuck alone. That's how he'd do it too. So, all right, kids. I think it's time to rock and roll. Y'all have a good night. Josh, quit being a bitch. Julie, thanks for coming out.